Hi, I'm Jenna, also known as Retro Lemon, and this is episode 15. I want to welcome all new viewers, and thanks everyone that keeps coming back, everyone who posts comments on the blog, and especially in the group, and I get so many great PMs, so a big hello to everybody today. I'm going to start off by, I don't want to say it's like a big announcement, but it's an announcement that Ruby, oh look at that cuteness, Ruby, the little lovable huggable monster pattern is now for purchase on Ravelry. It is $6, and Ruby had previously been a Dancing Dog Dye Works Club exclusive. She went out with the January shipment this year for Monster Mania 3, and since Mini Monster Mania has started and people are getting their shipments for that, I got the go-ahead to go ahead and release her. Yay! So I know there have been some people that had PM'd me over the last few months and asked when she'd be available, and I didn't think she'd be available till the end of the summer, but she got to be available at the beginning of the summer instead. So I'm excited. She has this fun little hourglass shape that makes her so huggable and squishable. I love her. So I'm so excited that now anybody can have her. This sample was made, this was the club yarn from January called Monster of Love. And it's a self-striping. And then when I make a pattern for a club, I normally just test it myself. So when I tested it for myself, I just picked a fun variegated so you can kind of see the difference. They're both worsted weight. This one's also a Dancing Dog Dye Works in the fruit salad colorway, which I love this yarn. It is so bright and colorful and crazy, and I love it. So go get your Ruby. Yay! Also, don't forget you have one more week to get to your George's done. Next week I record on the 30th, so I'm going to go ahead and close the George knit along thread at noon Eastern time next week. So here's George, all his arms and tentacles. I love him. This was my sample I made out of Knit Picks, worsted weight wool of the Andes in orange. So I've tried to show you a different George each week. So hurry up, people, get your Georges done. Also, we have the Shawl knit along going on, which is for May and June, so you have until June 30th to get your shawls done. We are doing the Hogwarts Express, the Henslow, and the Ruffled Fichu. I really hope I'm saying that right. That's how I assume. So you still have plenty of time if you haven't started yet to start. There's already one or two finished ones. I definitely know there's a Hogwarts done, which is gorgeous. So get going. We got wonderful prizes, which I showed all of the prizes last week. I'm not going to show them this week because I'm going to try to keep this show under an hour. Hopefully 40-45 minutes. Let's see, I got a little clock here. Okay. So I can kind of keep track of time. Let's see. So like I said, I will show the prizes again next week when I announce the winners. I will show the prize and who won it. If you want to see the prizes, if you want to jump in on the George Knit Along, you can go watch last week's episode. It's right at the beginning. I try to keep all the knit along stuff and prize stuff at the beginning. So, I think that's good. Oh, just a reminder, I've teamed up with Doodlebug Yarn. You can save $5 on a $25 purchase. Just go to doodlebugyarn.com, and when you check out, use the code RETROLEMON, all one word, at the checkout. Save some money. Okay, finished objects. I have 2 finished objects, and I can't show you. I'm sorry. Hopefully you'll see them in July. I don't think it'll run so late as August. Anyways, they're being shipped out today. After I record this, I would have shipped everything I need to ship out yesterday. Like, I have a stack of packages ready to go, and I can't. My husband's truck broke. It had been broken for a couple weeks, and I finally was like, just take it into the shop already before, you know, something happened. He didn't think it was serious. I was all worried, as I always am, that it was very serious. So finally, Monday, they said, well, we can't look at it till Tuesday morning, so drop it off Monday evening, and we'll look at it first thing. So he's had my vehicle. I'm stranded. I do not live close to a post office. Like, we're talking like the closest one might be like 12 miles, I'm thinking. Maybe, something like that. I am not walking 12 miles there and 12 miles back. Not happening. So, the whole fiasco with the truck. So, I got a call. They called me Tuesday morning and told us it's going to be $802 and some change to fix the truck. Because it's like a spring mechanism thing in the back. And when you replace one, you pretty much have to replace the other. Well, the part itself is like $207 a piece. So I was I was not happy. Sorry. I don't normally try to do like the whole weekend review thing because I'm like, I just want to talk about knitting and yarn. But I had a very stressful weekend. So then the whole thing with the truck happened, which did not help my stress levels. I've had migraines. I have felt totally poopy. I had a migraine this morning. I took a nap and feel much better. So then we're supposed to go away this weekend for our anniversary. So our anniversary is this month. And we've had the plans for like 2 months. We booked a B&B for a weekend, and so now I'm like, crap. It's not that we can't fix the truck and afford to go, but it really just, it's a lot of money at once. And I'm like, ugh, I don't want to spend it. I don't want to. And he's all like, but you've been looking forward to it. So I don't want to, we're not fighting. We don't really fight, but we've kind of just been bickering a little back and forth. So we've decided we're still going to go because we already have everything lined up. Like, you know, we have family coming to stay with the kids at the house and take care of the dogs. And, I mean, the room's been booked and we would have to pay. I don't know if, I can't remember if it's just a flat $25 cancellation fee or if it's $25 for each, and I don't know. So, we've decided to just go ahead and do it. And, you know, money will be tight for a little bit. So, I guess you could kind of say I have to go on a yarn diet. Most of the stuff I buy is stuff that I buy with the money I make for my patterns and selling other stuff that, I mean, you know, I do what I do to support my habit, pretty much is how it started out. So, I have just said, you know, look, I will contribute whatever I can for me to help, you know, to help the family to replace the money that we spent on the truck. Because we did not think it was going to be that big of a deal. So, but it's a special part, and his truck takes a special one, and they have to order it from the actual car maker and all that, the local dealership, and it's just a mess. It's just a big mess. So, all the drama, lots of drama. It's just been crazy, and you know, I try to float through life, and I try not to, like, bother anybody. I don't want to say mean things. I'm not a mean person. I never try to do anything with malice. I, you know, just try to be nice. Live my life, go about my own business, and then other people come and make waves, and no matter how much you try to stay away from the drama, it just sucks you in sometimes. And it's crap. It is total crap. So, please forgive me for being totally overwhelmed. And I don't mean to blabber on about my personal drama, but that's what's going on. So I haven't been on the Rav board a whole lot lately, just because I have so much going on with secret projects I can't tell you about. Well, like I said, I'm mailing out the ones today. They're going somewhere, and I don't know if I can even tell you where it's going. I don't know how much I'm allowed to tell you. All I know is I had to agree that it was a pattern anyway, that nobody had ever seen, hadn't been on. I mean, it was like, had to be top secret type stuff. So I've been busy with that. I'm finishing up my monster for Mini Monster Mania for the Dancing Dog Dye Works Club. My goal is to have that pattern finished, typed up, proofread, all that, and to her by early next week. I think mine will probably be the last shipment to go out. So mine will be the one going out in July. So I don't think it's that big of a deal. But I like to make people wait for me. Like, I like to do my job, do a good job of it, and move on. So, works in progress, enough babbling. My Hogwarts shawl. I did not get a chance to work on it this week. I'm at the row where you add in the beads. So, the pink shawl that I was going to make for our anniversary dinner and stuff, I had come to the conclusion it is going to be too much. I can't get it done in time. I procrastinated. I waited too long to pick yarn. I waited too long to pick a I put it off. I put it off because I had other things I felt were more important and patterns that needed to be done. And I'm not totally heartbroken over it. I'm disappointed because I really wanted it to be done. So I need to take the needles off of that and put it back on this. So hopefully by next week this will get some love. I'm a little nervous about putting the beads on. I don't know if that's silly. I've never put beads on with a crochet hook. I'm not even sure I have one small enough to fit through the bead to get the yarn. I guess that's how you do it. A viewer, and I cannot remember for the life of me, a viewer put a link to how to do the beads, and it's a really great link. So I think that'll help me, because I've only pre-strung beads, and I like doing it like that. So this is my Hogwarts Express in the Dancing Dog Dye Works Tweedy Sock in the Into the Forest colorway. It is a bluish green color with the beautiful speckles in it. I love tweed yarn. Although once in a while, sometimes I get the urge to want to pluck them off like it's a fuzzball or something. And then I am using, I have them here, my beads. They are crystal clear AB size 6 seed beads. And I did get them from fusionbeads.com. I can't recommend Fusion Beads more. Super, super fast shipping, super cheap prices, great customer service. Very pleased with my experience from them. So there's that. Works in progress. My notepad's slipping here. I like to keep it on the arm of my chair, and I don't think the arm of my chair is wide enough. Once again, I have my Good and Plenty socks. The other one is up to where I need to add in the heel, and this last week, I really only had time, because this is kind of my travel project. I work on it at doctor's offices and sporting things and whatnot. I only got a pink stripe done. Nothing exciting, but this is the project I plan on taking with me this weekend while we're gone. I don't think I'm going to have a lot of knitting time. Sometimes it drives my husband nuts when we knit, or when I knit when we're out. So we are going out to dinner for our anniversary Friday. We got a gift card to our favorite restaurant, so dinner's free. I'm hoping, because we got a few gift cards in different increments to add up to one big lump sum. So the goal is, we're hoping that there will be enough for dinner Friday night and maybe lunch Saturday or Sunday afternoon. So we're thinking, really, we got quite a bit in gift cards from different people who just know we love to eat there, so that's good. That takes stress off us, because we can still go out and have an amazing dinner and not be like worried over what to order or whatever. You know. Like I said, I mean, it's not like we can't do it. I don't like to have my cushion be so deflated. Okay, so for my next work in progress, if you are in the Twisted Fiber Arts Spring Club and you have not got your May shipment yet, if you're in the Wilderness Club, look away. Because I got mine, it came Thursday, so it came right after last week's podcast. The day after I recorded it, and I loved it so much, I had to cast it on, like, super duper fast. Super duper fast. And I don't have the pattern, I think the pattern's in the other room. So, it is called Talisman, and it goes from this gorgeous brick red to, like, this wheat golden yellow, into this beautiful spring avocado-y green. And then you can see the green here, and it goes into a beautiful royal blue. Now, y'all know, I'm not a huge fan of blue. I'm trying to embrace it. I'm trying. You're not going to get me there with purple, sorry. But, oh, and real quick, because people always will ask me what bags I've used. The other bags have been on other podcasts. I haven't shown this one recently. This is a 31 bag. It is small. I cannot think of what it... I mean, it's not tiny. But it's like $20. And it has little mesh pockets. And it's just open. And I love this. This is one of my favorite bag by them. So, just so you know. Because somebody... always will PM me, hey, what bag was that? Where'd you get it? So anyways, you can kind of see, I mean, really, y'all, it's awesome. I love this. I love this so, so much. And I'm not, because it reminds me of summer. I'm like, you kind of got, like, sometimes when the sun comes up in the summer, it's a gorgeous reddish orange. And then you have the bright, grassy, avocado-y green type things, and then the beautiful dark blue night sky. At least that's how it is here in Ohio. So I love this. Like I said, it was a club colorway. I don't know. I think sometimes she puts club colorways like in the line. I don't, I have no idea if this will end up being one of them. But it's gorgeous because it's kind of rainbowy without being like too rainbow. So, because I like rainbow, but sometimes when you wear something really bright and loud rainbowy, where I live in a very conservative area, you kind of get funny looks. I'm like, I get funny looks about stuff I wear all the time. It's okay. But I love this. I love just the deep, rich colors. And I'm not usually, these aren't usually my thing, but when I opened up the little box, this one didn't come in a box. The first two shipments, they came in these cute little boxes. And that just came in a bag in the mail. Anyways, when I opened it up and I pulled it out, I was like, oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. It's not me because it's very more jewel toned than what I normally go for. But I love it. And shoot, I have a book review. A book I want to talk about. And I left it in the other room. It's sitting at my desk. So I'm going to go and grab it. And then I'll be right back. Okay? Because I like it. So, I'll be back. 1 minute. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Now, this is not a new book. I've had this book, gosh, for a year or so. But I've just now really started utilizing it. And it is The Knitter's Book of Wool by Clara Parks. That's right? Yeah. I had originally bought this book because I had gotten a Knit Picks catalog and they featured one of the patterns. And the one they featured is the, oh god, I'll probably screw this up, the Lila Herna Shawl? I don't know. Anyways, it's this gorgeous, they did it in color, and it was so bright. They did it in their tonals, And it was so bright, but this is the shawl I had bought this for. And now there's not a ton of patterns in here. I can't remember quite how many there are, but there's not a ton. And I also really, really loved, see if I can find it, this one, the Tibetan Clouds Beaded Stole. I had the charts here. I love that. I think that's gorgeous. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So I had bought this because I liked, I think there's like 3 or 4 patterns in here that I really liked, and I really had planned on making the one. And then I bought it, I think I got it from Knit Picks. They were having like a 40% off book sale, and I was like, okay, it retails for $30, and it's a hardcover book. I normally take the covers off, and I love the cover of this without the paper cover, because that's what it looks like. I love just simple covers. Plus, I usually take the paper covers off because I'm always afraid I'm going to rip them. But anyways, when I got this, I mean, it goes over wool. Like, talks about the sheet, talks about all the differences, staple lengths, and I mean, it really is the anatomy of fiber right here. I mean, it really is great, and I didn't really appreciate it until I started spinning, honestly. Okay, here's a good, I just opened it up here random, but right here they have Cormo. So they have a little picture. I wish they were actual photographs of the sheep instead of these little black and white, like, drawings. But, like here, little Cormo sheep, and then it talks about the breed, and then they have Cormo facts. They have fineness, 17 to 23 microns, staple length, 2.5 to 4 inches, crimp, very fine, even, well-defined, luster, low. And I mean, it just goes through, and it talks like felting qualities. Excellent. And then it shows a lock of Cormo, and then how the Cormo looks all spun up. Now, like I said, I really couldn't appreciate this book before I was a spinner. I'm like, okay, yeah, sheep, whatever. Like, I have fibers that I like to knit with more than others. Like, I love knitting with merino. Merino is always my wool of choice. And of course, there's a little merino on the other page. There are so many breeds in here I've never heard of. So, what I've ended up doing now is when I get new fibers, I had signed up for the Into the World Fiber Club, which I will do another spoiler warning for, but it is a breed that I am not familiar with. I can't say that I haven't heard of it, but I know nothing about it. So it was really fun because when I got the fiber, I pulled out my Knitter's Book of Wool and looked it up and got to learn something more about the fiber. So, like I said, I've had this at least a year, if not a little longer. Like I said, there's a paper cover. And, but I just started utilizing it, and now I'm so glad that I have it. Before, I was like, okay, I have it for the patterns. It didn't wow me. Like, I wasn't, like, impressed with it. Didn't know if I really needed it. Now I'm like, holy cannoli, I'm so glad I have this. Like, yay. Because I feel more educated now when it comes to a fiber I'm not familiar with. Learning more. I like to learn. I'm a big book geek. I love to own lots of books. So, like I said, if you're a new spinner or a experienced spinner who just wants to learn more about the fibers themselves and the breed and everything, great book. And then, like I said, there's knitting patterns in the back for bags, all kinds of shawls. I think there's socks, there's sweaters. I mean, there really is. I think there's more patterns in here than there's more patterns in here than I thought there were. At least half, I was going to say half, maybe even 3/4 of the book is patterns. I didn't realize. Like I said, it had sat on my shelf. I have the yarn. I bought some Knit Picks palette to make the shawls, both shawls I showed you. I'm saying a lot. I apologize. My head still kind of hurts a little. But I have yet to knit anything out of it. So it kind of was just sitting on the bookshelf, and I kind of had forgotten that I had it, and I was looking for a different book, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have that book. Let's open it up and see if I learn anything new, and I've learned so much more new. So I think I'm looking here. It says copyright 2009. So the book's been out for about 3 years. It's from Pottercraft. They said $30 is the retail price. I got it from Knit Picks during their book sale. That was 40% off. So I paid $18 for it. And I think on Amazon it usually runs between $18 and $20 as well. So you can get a good bargain on it. Like I said, for me this was... ended up being a good investment. I didn't quite think so at the time, but now I'm so happy that I have it. So, I think I'm doing pretty good on time. Oh, I about forgot because I did works in progress and I showed you my Twisted Fiber Arts Club, but I skipped Yarny Goodness because I have one more skein of yarn to show you. So if you are in the Dancing Dog Dye Works Mini Monster Mania Club and you have not gotten your yarn yet and you don't want to see it yet, look away. So it's called Mini Monster Mania this time around because it's sock yarn, and this is Lorax. It is the twist sock base, which is 100% superwash merino, approximately 400 yards, and it is gorgeous golden oranges and buttery yellows and periwinkles and light blues and lime greens and an orangey color. I mean, it is maybe even a little purple in there too. Not something I would normally pick out and buy myself, but it is so bright and colorful and bright and yet still soft. Does that make sense? I mean, really, I think if you flip through the pages of the Lorax, these are all the colors that would just pop off the pages. This is the first shipment, so this is May's. Like I said, it is called Lorax. So that is all I have for yarn this week. So I got 2. They were both clubs. I got a lot of club stuff this week, so you're kind of warned. I think it must be because it's the end of the month, or getting close to the end of the month, because today's the 23rd while I'm recording this, so everyone's probably all trying to get everything out in the mail to everybody. So, moving on to spinning. I have nothing all spun up this week. I haven't had a lot of time to spin this week. There were a couple days I didn't spin at all. Like pouty face. But I do have something on the bobbin. It is a loop. It is a loop bat or bump, bullseye bump, and this was is the Stripey Spectrum. I showed it to you a few weeks ago, and down it went from like lime green to a bright yellow to an orange, and now I'm on to hot pink, and I swear this hot pink has been going on forever. I'm not a huge pink fan, but when I saw this, Steph Loop herself had posted it in the preview, and I don't know why, but I just fell in love with it. So this was the first loop bump I ever bought, and it is spinning super thin. This is Merino, Cordale, Bamboo, Tussa Silk, and Angelina, and for me especially, okay, it's so funny. My friend Sherry, like, hey Sherry, is always like, oh, I think it's funny when people show it, and I'm like, I always think I should, and then I forget during the podcast. So it is spinning up really thin for what I normally do. I don't know how well my camera will focus. Right now it is a little thinner than a fingering weight. Not quite a lace weight. A little thinner than a fingering weight. I am planning to Navajo ply this. I love Navajo plying. I know some of you out there don't. But I do. I love it. And I think I'm going to Navajo ply it. Only because I don't know what else to do with my loop besides Navajo plait because I like the stripes. And I'm like, the way it comes, because I have my stripy spectrum here, so this was a huge bump. When I bought it, I'm like, okay, loop's crazy. It sells out crazy fast. There was, you know, I wanted the stripy spectrum, so I was like, I have to act fast. I didn't look when I bought it. First off, it was kind of expensive, and I kind of had a little bit of sticker shock after I paid for it. I know, that's bad. And then, it's 7 ounces. My Ladybug does not hold 7 ounces. It holds like 4.5, maybe close to 5, and then I'm seriously pushing it because I don't have a woolly winder. Although I am getting better about switching my hooks more often. So this is my, let me see here, Merino, Corriedale, Bamboo, Tussa Silk, and Angelina. I was right. This is how much I still have left. I have been spinning for what feels like forever because it's just wanting to spin thin on its own. I'm assuming it's because of the silk and the bamboo in it. Because anything I've spun that's BFL or just plain merino on its own, I normally don't have a problem. But it's kind of nice too because I kind of want to make like a shawl or something with it that I'll probably give to my daughter because she loves hot pink. So I still have a lot, and I'm like, shoot, I would love to go and spin this all on one bobbin and just have one big skein of yarn. Unfortunately, because the Ladybug does not hold that much, and I don't have a woolly winder or a bulky flyer, I think I'm going to probably stop when the pink really starts hitting. It has a few hints of the purple in it right now. I don't know if you can see that, but it has a few hints of purple. So I think I might go a little longer, just a little, because it's really starting to get some purple in it, and then spin this separate. I don't want to do that, but I don't know what other choice I have, because this, there's still so much of this, it is not going to fit on here. Not going to happen. So now when I buy loop bumps, I really try not to go over 5 ounces, but sometimes the colors are just so freaking gorgeous that you're like, screw it. I'll cram it on the bobbin somehow, and I apologize for the crinkle. But I like to leave my loops in the bags because I do work from the middle. And I would like to thank everybody who's been really supportive of me adding spinning into the podcast. I have really gotten some really great comments and a lot of people who are really excited for me to spin and to kind of see my adventures in spinning. And all the people I've inspired to spin. That always amazes me because I was really inspired to learn to spin from Diane of Knittables. Be like, hi Diane. I absolutely adore Diane, and to see how amazing she was, like right from the start, really was inspiring. I so wish I could meet Diane. She's like one of those people out there that I'm like, I so wish she didn't live like thousands of miles away, because I think she's adorable and I love watching her. She's definitely one of my favorite podcasters out there. So, like I said, it's just really amazing to hear all, people PM me and stuff or comment and say, hey, even picking up a drop spindle. And, okay, I give all you drop spindlers out there so much credit because I couldn't do it. I sucked at it. Let's be honest. My drop spindling was not good. And I think part of it might have been the fiber I was using was not the best quality. I think it was kind of like the seconds or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it's called. But it's not like the really good stuff. I think it's just kind of like the junk left over. But I got it really cheap from a spinning guild, and other people were using it just fine, but now I know better. Like I said last week, I love loop. I love loop so much. So, like I said, hopefully by next week I will have this at least ready to ply. I'm not going to be home for the weekend, and I'm not taking my spinning wheel with me. I mean, my husband would not appreciate that because we're probably going to be on the go all weekend. So, I hope to at least have it all applied, ready to spin. Or, I want to have it spun, all ready to ply. So that's where that stands. I was just so excited. I love spinning this because really it's pretty much already pre-drafted for you. I keep thinking, I'm like, well, maybe I'll split one in half and then 2-ply it. But I'm like, oh my gosh, you know how much work that would be? And I would probably end up with a tangled mess. So I don't even think I'm going to attempt it. So that's what's on the bobbins. Let's see. I have lots of fiber. And I know I said last week I was going to try really, really hard not to buy any more fiber because there's the fiber show coming up this weekend. But you see, when you sometimes have like a one-time shot to get something, you kind of got to go for it. Because I love to watch Heather of Highland Handmaids, The Fiberista Files is the podcast. And then she was talking about her update, which was happening, it would have been a week ago from this past Saturday. Because I've had this fiber, I think this came Thursday too. It didn't come in time for me to show you on the last podcast. But she was all like, oh, the leftovers from the, what was it, like the trifecta of awesome or something like that club. She's like, oh, I have a few extras that are going to go up in the shop. I was like, what? Excuse me, Heather? Did I hear you correctly? I was not a spinner when the trifecta of awesome started. And I think there was only so many spots, like maybe 30. So I probably wouldn't have gotten in anyways. But you see, Heather and I are like the same age. So we probably grew up with a lot of the same stuff. So when she showed the Princess Bride fiber, I was like wiggling in my seat. Like whenever all the other podcasters were like, look what I got, and it's the, and I'm like, oh, I love the Princess Bride. I love it. Love it, love it. Like the Princess Bride and Labyrinth and all of that. I mean, like seriously, I mean, kid of the 80s here, I loved it. So when she said that the leftovers were going up in the shop, and it was an update at like 9 o'clock in the morning, East Coast time, I set my alarm clock. I set my alarm clock to get up for the update. And then as I'm waiting and the previews are up, I saw, okay, there was 2 reserved of this, you know, so those were off limits. And it doesn't, I wish it would tell you in the preview how many were going to be available. So I'm refreshing like crazy. And it pops up for sale. And it said 1, and I hit add to cart, and I'm like, there was only 1. There's no way I'm getting it. No way in the world I'm getting it. And I got it. And my daughter's like behind me going, get it, get it, get it, get it. It was hilarious. Because my daughter is a huge fan of The Princess Bride too. She loves the movie and the book, and I mean, we have it all. Love it. So, it's called As You Wish, and it doesn't say on here what fiber it is, but I went and looked on Ravelry and other people who had theirs from the club in their stash. It said it was Shetland. So I am going to assume that's what mine is because, you know, of course, by the time I got it and I thought to go back and look at what it was, the listing was already gone, and you can't go back on Big Cartel and see what other people have bought. So the fiber, you know, like I said, called As You Wish, based on The Princess Bride, and I tied this on here so I wouldn't lose it. The colorway was based on the cover. Now, the movie and the book we have this cover, and this just, I mean, you have Buttercup's dress, and you have the sky, and the gold from the letters, and the blue, and the orangey red, and from when you flip it, because that's what's awesome about it. You flip it, and it says Princess Bride either way, and it has 2 different pictures. I love this. I was so, so thrilled, and Heather's prices are amazing. For this 4-ounce bump of fiber, it was $11. I almost felt like I needed to, like, send her more or something, because this is totally worth more than $11 in my opinion. And Heather, I think she's just super cute, and I really enjoy watching her. Okay, next up, because I couldn't help myself, because I absolutely loved spinning my gnome fibers, Froggy Monkey, and the spin-alongs going along, I had to order Knittable's Franklin, because it was really hard to pick, because I really could only get one with the initial pre-order. So I was really torn, because green and orange are my two favorite colors. But I also love gray and yellow, and this has a really bright yellow. And it has orange and white too. So I went with Froggy Monkey because I was like, well, if I really have to only pick one, I would probably want the orange and the green. So when another Amanda of Gnome Acres had a shop update, so these weren't pre-orders, you had to grab them, I was out to lunch with my dear friend Sherry, and I was meeting her at her house, and I had my phone, and I still have a BlackBerry, because I love my BlackBerry, and I have Verizon, so seriously people, I had just got my BlackBerry, and I kid you not, a week and a half later they announced they're going to have iPhones. I mean, it was still a couple months before they had the iPhones, but I was so annoyed because I would have like held out. I would have used my crappy Motorola phone for a few months longer. So I'm still using my BlackBerry, which is only 3G, and it runs so slow anymore. So I was so worried I wasn't going to snag one, and so, but I got one. It finally took forever to go through, and I felt like really rude. Sherry's running around getting everything ready to go, and here I am on my phone, and I try not to do that to people, but this was worth it. This was so worth it. I love it. This is superwash merino, and it is so soft. It is so, so soft, but it is slippery. I found that with my Froggy Monkey. It is pretty slippery. But hopefully I'm a little bit more of an experienced spinner. Not too much, but I know what to expect more with this than with the Froggy Monkey. So I hope to get this spun up. I think I have until June 18th to get this all spun up and participate in the spin along with knittables and knitting in circles. Okay, next, if you are in the Greenwood Fiber Works. Yeah, I think it's Greenwood Fiber Works club. Look away. But I think everyone has theirs. Because I was like one of the last people because I kind of squeaked in. This makes me so happy. I had ordered from Greenwood Fiber Works before. I talked about it a couple weeks ago. And I got so many people who said, well, you know that fiber you hate? I'll take it if you don't want it. I'll buy it from you. And I'm like, it's not that I hate it. It just wasn't what I was expecting. The colors are still gorgeous. I'm still looking forward to spinning it up. Carolyn at Greenwood Fiberworks is really nice, really sweet. And, I mean, the fiber is gorgeous. So, I don't hate the fiber, the peacock. It just, I was expecting orange and I got brown. And it was just, I mean, it's just disappointing because I love orange. Love it, love it, love it. Anyways, it's the club. And I did not know, like, I had originally seen the club and it didn't, at least that I might have missed it. I didn't see where it said what the theme of the club was. The theme of the club is Downton Abbey. Hello. I do. I love Downton Abbey. I love it. I don't talk about a lot of the stuff I watch. I don't watch a lot. So I think this is gorgeous. Now, I don't know that I necessarily saw Downton Abbey, like, right off the bat, until I went back to Netflix. As soon as the show comes on, and they show the shot of Downton Abbey, this is spot on. You have the yellows and the browns of the building, and the grays, and then the blue sky and the green, and it is spot on. And it is called Downton. Like I said, this is, it's 4 ounces of Polwarth. I figured I hadn't tried Polwarth yet, and it's supposed to be really beginner friendly with a long staple length. And it is called Downton. So this was the May shipment. This is the first month. It runs 3 months. So I'm really excited to see what the next month is. So I think I have until June 25th to spin this up for the the Downton spin along. So I look forward to that. Okay, now if you are in the Into the World Club and you have not received your May shipment yet, look away. The theme last month, this month, and the next 2 months, because it runs like 4 months, is Firefly. I love Firefly. Huge Firefly fan. I love Nathan Fillion. I mean, a young Nathan Fillion. I think he's hot now. He was hot back then, too. This is called Inara. There is an inspiration picture in the thread for the May spoilers. It is 4 to 4.3 ounces, and it is Romney wool top. Now, I am not familiar with Romney at all. I can't even say, like I said, I don't want to say that I've never heard of it, because I may have, but I'm definitely not familiar with it at all. And it smells sheepy. I would go, ooh, sheep. And it is, sorry for the crinkle, it is like deep browny oranges and bright gold, and it is not very, I don't know, after touching all the other fibers, it is not the softest. And then there's big punches of like deep browns. I don't know that this is my color. Like, I don't know, like, I'm just struggling with liking it. But I'm kind of hoping somebody will spin theirs up, and I'll be like, ooh, that's gorgeous. I want to spin mine up now. Because at this moment, this doesn't really inspire me. But I like the thought of spinning the Romney, just to say that I have, to try something new. And like, you know, there could be somebody I end up, like, that I spin up the wool, and then, like, there's somebody that I go, oh, this would be, like, the perfect gift. I can knit them something in it, or gift the skein to them. It could happen, right? Okay, next, I caught a loop update last week. And when you see this, you can see why I had to buy it. It's green. Gorgeous shades of green, and there's some aqua in there and a little bit of white, but many, many shades of green. I love this. It is called River Safari, and this is 4.8 ounces. Merino, Corriedale, Bamboo, Tussa Silk, and Angelina. So the same blend is what's on my bobbin, so this will probably spin thin. I think I want to take my time and really try to be very consistent and spin it very thin, because I think this would be a gorgeous shawl. I think this would be just stunning. I love all these colors in here. This is so me. I mean, I totally just saw this and my heart leapt. And there's a loop update tomorrow, and I've got to stay away. I have to. I don't want to stay away. I love loop. I love loop. I love stuff of loop, because I signed up for the loop club. It was kind of an impulse thing. I kind of had been kicking around the idea a little, and then I just went for it. Once I spun my first loop, I'm like, I have to be in the club. So I got my first club shipment today. I went with no sparkle, because every loop bump I've ever caught on an update has sparkle. I can't say I'm really a sparkle kind of girl. I think it has its places. I mean, I definitely like it here and there. I got some sparkle lace last week that I just love, and I'm glad it has sparkle. But I just thought, okay, I'm going to take a break from the sparkle. So I got my box this morning. Mail came early. And this is it. Oh my god, y'all. It is early autumn. Look at that. It is perfect. It is so me, to the point where it isn't even funny. It's all the colors of my website. Steph, I love you. This was based on, because when you do the loop club, at least as it stands now, I know she's mentioned she's thinking about reformatting how she does the club. But as of now, us that are in it, you get 3 months and you get to design your dream bump. You basically get to pick between, I think it's 5 and 7 colors, and, you know, she makes a bump off that. Then you get to tell her, like, your favorite color, and she designs a loop bump off that. And then you get to pick either a monochromatic or a rainbow, and I picked a rainbow. Well, this is based off of my favorite color, which I picked was chartreuse, because there was light green, dark green, lime green, and chartreuse, I think it was, for, like, the colors. And I'm like, I don't want dark green because I don't want hunter green. I don't want, like, a mint color either. I don't like a mint color. Lime green, I like lime green, but I was like, no, I think chartreuse is right. It's a yellowy green. But, oh my goodness, it is green, like an olivey, chartreusey green. Well, no, it's like a chartreuse. And then it's like an olive green. And then it goes to like a really, like a yellow with a green tint to it. And then a really lemon yellow. And then a brownish orange. And then this gorgeous carrot orange or pumpkin orange. And this is me. Like, okay, since I had a really bad weekend and I've had a really rough week, I will admit I got like really teary-eyed when I opened this up because it was so perfect. Like, I don't know if Steph purposefully, like, looked at my website and thought, that's what I'm going to do for her, or if it just happened to work out that way, like, by some divine chance that this is what I got. But this is perfect. This is so me. It's so funny because this is actually kind of like what I was thinking about designing my dream bump for. But I went totally in a different direction for my dream bump. And I don't want to tell you because I want you to be surprised. But this had crossed my mind for a dream bump. It's like she read my mind. And I just really appreciate her attention to detail and her attention to her club members. I appreciate this so much, and I cannot wait to spin this up. This is merino, bamboo, and Tessa silk. So it is amazingly soft and amazingly smooth, and I think it's going to spin up amazingly thin. So I definitely want to spin this really thin because this I definitely want to be a shawl. I don't know what shawl yet. It'll all depend on what yardage I get and the weight it ends up being. Like I said, it's 5.3 ounces. I love this. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. And it's like Mary Poppins. Positively perfect in every way. So, and then I got a little sample with my bump of her spontaneous spinning cloud. Now, I guess she used to have these in the shop more, and then she did Maryland Sheep and Wool, and people were all like, oh, you need to bring those back, and they're like, this is called Peonies. It's Merino, Tessa Silk, and Angelina, and it's just these little poofs, and I love this. I'm not a big pink person until you add it in with orange. It has this, like, orangey pink. I have never spun with anything like this, and she had some in her last update. And I saw some that I liked. Oh, let's see, some of these have more purple in it. But I was too intimidated. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready for something like that. I mean, it's gorgeous. It is so soft. It is so, I'm like, I could just pet it. I could just sit in my lap and I could just pet it all day. So I'm really thankful she sent a sample so I can try it. And oh, I got fiber in my mouth. Ugh, I'm so sorry. That's gross. It doesn't taste bad. It just feels like fiber in your mouth. So, a huge thank you to Stephanie. I mean, really, this is what I needed today as a pick-me-up. Hopefully, this is like the turnaround to a great weekend. I need a great weekend. And I am, holy cannoli, I am pushing an hour, people. Pushing an hour. Like I said, Loop. I love Loop. They're on Etsy. Love, love Loop. Steph, if you watch this, please consider coming to the Great Lakes Fiber Show next year. I would love to meet ya. So, speaking of the Great Lakes Fiber Show, the Great Lakes Fiber Show is this weekend. It is Saturday and Sunday, the 26th and the 27th in Worcester, Ohio. And it is Worcester, not Wooster, because it is spelled that way, W-O-O-S-T-E-R. When I first kind of got to know that area a little, I always called it Wooster, and everyone would be like, yeah, you're not from around here. So it's Worcester. So anyway, so I guess I am going. My husband's insisting we are going because I'm really excited. And there have been people who have said they would like to bump into me. So I will be there, and you will know me. I will have my Retro Lemon bag, because I don't know if vendors put stuff in plastic bags or if you're just supposed to carry it. But I don't want to bring home plastic bags. We really try to use reusable. And I don't want to have to just carry my fiber. So I have this big bag I got from, oh shoot, Cafe Press. I'm like, where did I get it? It's huge. It's a great big bag. If you would like one of these bags of your very own, you can go to Cafe Press. CafePress.com. There is a link in the group, and if you go to the website, in case you're watching on iTunes or something, over to the side here, there is a little button for the Retro Lemon Studio Cafe Press store, and you pick up one. So I've been putting pins so I can take all my favorites along with me, show them off at the Fiber Show. It's the Fiber Show, but we all call it the Fiber Festival. So I will have my bag. And then I'm so afraid the allergies are going to be acting nuts. So I'm taking a Claritin that morning, and I'm wearing my glasses, because I know I will probably have itchy eyes. So I'm so excited. There's going to be so many vendors there. There's so many I'm looking forward to seeing and to meeting. I'm going in the morning. I hope to be out of there by lunchtime, because it is my weekend away with my husband. He will be with me. He doesn't mind. He doesn't mind. Come up and say hi. We'll have mini buttons to give away. Like I said, don't be intimidated. He's totally cool with it. He's actually encouraging me to go, because people have said they wanted to see me, and hopefully I will come home and I will have fiber, and I'll take my camera and hopefully get some pictures, and hopefully the weekend will go smooth. I need a good, smooth weekend. I need some time away with the hubby to reconnect and regroup and all that. So I'm excited. Great Lakes Fiber Show. I think it's about like an hour and 15 minutes southeast of Cleveland, in case you're wondering. So it would be northeast of Columbus. Probably about an hour and a half as well. Somewhere in that time range. So if you're in Ohio, come on down, check. It's a general place that everyone can find everything. So that's it for me this week. Until next week. Bye. I totally forgot my normal sign off. I'm Jenna, Retro Lemon on Ravelry, Plurk, Twitter, Pinterest. The group is Retro Lemon Studio. The website is RetroLemonStudio.com. So now, I'll see you next week. Bye.